All right, sorry, I'm back. I had to take a break. So we back at the fact that my now husband back then was doing a little stalking thing, right? Because this whole time we're chatting and getting to know each other. I'm telling him things about myself, but he don't believe them, right? Because everybody that I wouldn't say people really knew me, because I was very quiet. I came to work, I did my job, I left, I went home. I had a life outside of my job that I did not bring to work. I did not bring my work home. I did not bring my personal life to the job. So if you talk to me really closely, you might know who my baby daddy was, or you might know where I. Let me tell you something. When I first met my husband, he didn't even know where I lived for months, and on accident, I accidentally slipped out and said the city that I lived in, because he thought that I lived in the city that I worked in. And as you remember previously, I said I don't live in the same. I didn't live in the same city. I lived in the town over from where I worked. So I was that person. Like, I was very, very secretive because I just didn't like people in my business, and I still don't like people in my business right now. You have to really get to know me and get close for me to really even tell you anything outside of you asking me a specific question. If you ask me a specific question, I might not even really answer it. So I stick a pin in that. Anyways, so this is a follow up of my husband caught himself doing a drive by at which he calls the nigga across the street and getting caught. So I went to work that day. He came to work today. Usually he'll give me a little call in the morning before he go. He ain't called me this morning because he knew he was caught. And he knew that when he seen my car on that drive, he could do nothing. All he could do that day was just keep rolling. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the other video before, and this is what the backup or the second part to my husband, like in the beginning, being that guy. But anyways, so he ain't talked to me none that day while he was at work or nothing. I'm chilling. Because when I come to work, I really don't want my personal life. So you ain't got to talk to me all day at work. I'm good. But after work, we usually go get a drink, exercise back then and all this and that. So after work, I ain't really hitting, he ain't called me. And guess what? I ain't really called him, right? I ain't called him that day. Then I think it was either late that day or maybe even the next day, he finally like reached out to me, like, oh, how you doing? Da 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 da. And I was like, I saw you. And he was like, what? I was like, dude, I saw you drive by my friend's house yesterday morning. Um, and I know that you did it intentionally because you never even get to work on time. And you was literally, it was like 6:40 in the morning when you were driving by. So I know you left consciously early from your house just to see if I was actually telling the truth that I stay at a dude's house when I work a double. And he was like, you're right. I need to take some time to think about that. Now, when I tell you this man soaked in this for maybe a day or so, like, he literally was like sad at the fact that I knew that he would, like I said, he's always had this thing that I was a virgin, even though I had a 1-year-old child when I met him. Then he saw that picture on my phone, that kind of like, oh, okay, maybe she is. Or maybe people just sent her picture. She ain't really fucking nobody. Oh, excuse my language. But then when he seen my vehicle leaving that dude's house, he was like, it really, really sank in. And let me tell you, ain't nothing like a dude change up his tune when he know you fucking somebody else. And I can honestly say that at that moment in that day when he said to me, I need to take a little bit of time to process this information, I'm like, process what? I told you that I had a friend. I know you got somebody you hook up with. I ain't tripping. So what's the problem? So I let him have that. I am not a emotional and a sap. Hey, whatever, dude. This could end now. It at that point back in the day wouldn't matter to me. So I let him have his space for a couple of days. Then he reached out to me. I didn't reach out to him. I went to work every day, seeing him just like it was, because every day seeing a person, even though we was chatting outside of work, I could walk right by you and speak just as so, and nothing changes for me. Like, nothing changes for me. So that's what happened. It took a couple of days, and then he was like, okay, now I can talk to you. I'm like, oh, really?